my favorite solo duo trio base, and I've used an iteration of this for the last 5 years. It requires no complicated build out or build tech, and you start with that basement bunker, so you have early wipe protection. These have been in the game for years, so this is beginner friendly and doable on console as well. Alright, it's super simple to build, and once you get to this point where you're upgrading on your starter, before we fully expand our starter, when you claim your starter just like this, we're going to go over the placement of our starter. So the first foundation, the low foundation that you need to place, does need to be higher than a sleeping bag, and you need to be able to make sure you can place your sleeping bag there. So you can't do it near the water. And this foundation, if it's in the terrain, we won't be able to put a floor over it. But if it's higher than the sleeping bag itself, we will be able to put a floor over our sleeping bag. So we need to make sure our first foundation is taller than a sleeping bag, and that we can put a sleeping bag in our empty spot. So we're just going to build that over here, do a 2x1, do one low triangle foundation, and then the rest surround it with high. Then we're going to do 2 half walls like this, upgrade this foundation towards the half wall, and leave that one twig towards the full height foundation. That's important. Then we can go ahead and claim just like right there, and then you want to put a floor, upgrade this side, whichever side you want, for a loot room, and then this side, leave that twig, that's going to be your exit. And then you are just going to seal everything else here. And it is very important to use 2 half walls here instead of a full wall, to not have the floor just be Molotoved out by just through the wall. Alright, so that's the current bug, is full wall triangle spiral stair. If I throw the molly at that, get broken. That's why we have to use the half wall. Then you're just gonna double seal this back of this square loot room like this over the half wall. Then you're gonna hard side this one, make your floor here for your loot room here, then a window here soft side for your bunker seal, then 2 double doors just like this, and then you can upgrade this, and there you have your starter. All right, and once you have your starter, we're just going to outfit it as shown here. We have our double doors for our airlock, our TC waiting for our vending machine to be placed there, our loot room with 1 floor so we can crawl in here to upgrade everything, our loot room here with 1 box open so we could go back here to reach this wall, and then we could upgrade that on the outside accordingly. And then once we are ready to upgrade to our second bunker, we are just going to put our floor here, there for a ladder hatch, and then you can use your furnaces for your jump up. I like to use 2 with the double door until you get garage, because it's a lot easier. Then you could do 3 for garage, and we are going to make sure we do a double half wall on whichever side you want. You could pick one side, full wall, and that's going to be for our other bunker. That's just going to be behind single door and garage door like this. So this is going to be our stage 2 with our second bunker in here, and this is preparing us for our third bunker. And then we have just some sort of twig jump up here. We could just do like this, and this will get us up here. And then once we are at our stage 2, we're just going to go over the vending machine placement to make sure that your vending machine does not crumble when you demolish your bunker floor beneath it. So it does need to be supported by this triangle foundation. So we're going to remove our door, pick up our door, take our vending machine out. It's going to snap in place. We're going to pull it back. See how we can pull it back while it's still blue. We're going to move it left and right. We want our opening on this side because we're going to have much more room compared to the store. You could choose whatever side you want, but we want it on this side for this video. So we're going to tilt it slightly towards the right, but we need to make sure it's at least past this line right there. See this bottom line? You need to make sure that's past the door frame like that, and then you need to move it over to the right. And now you should be able to access your TC in the back here. And when you break this, it should, your vending machine should not fall. If you do that wrong, you may have to go rewatch that placement. It needs to be past the doorway. It can't be in the snap position. You need to pull it out. It needs to be on the doorway, on the door frame, and then you need to push it to the direction the opposite that you want. All right, then once your vending machine is placed, you're going to upgrade everything as shown here. You will be able to hop in there with the one, when you leave one triangle floor, you'll be able to hop in there, upgrade everything to sheet as shown here, spawn inside your basement bunker, upgrade all the foundations, nice lag to HQM. Then we'll go right into expanding. Off of your single triangle sides, you want to put 2 extra triangles, and we will have to do a low and then 3 hide like this for a hexagon. Off of our pointy sides, just like that. We will have to do a low one, and we can go like this for our half wall bunker side. And just for the TC, same thing as well. We will do a full hexagon off of the TC. And for our triple triangle sides, we will need to, before we place our both squares, we will need to do a hexagon off of our triple triangle sides like this, and then place our square. Otherwise, you won't be able to place those squares just like that. So off of the triple triangle side, hexagon, and again squares. And you can't upgrade these foundations. I usually leave them because most don't check the foundations, but whatever. And why is this stone? There we go. And once you have this foundation for your placement, we'll just go right into full walls on everything. Make sure your hard side is from your triangles, like so. Nice lag on this server. Gotta love these build servers. And go ahead and go like that. And then you put your hard side for your roof on your squares, just like this. And then we place our roof piece here, just like this. And this wall is still stone. It didn't skin because this build server. And then on top of the on top of the TC side, on top of your TC side, we're just going to do a loot room, so no front door. And our front door is going to be on top of our other side over here. That's just all honeycomb. And we're going to put 2 windows, just like a faded Hydra style entrance right here, with the multiple double doors there. And we're just going to wall everything off right here, wall this off. And we are opposite of our bunker side. We're going to do 3 half walls. And that's not supposed to be upgraded. 3 half walls, that's supposed to be brutalist. You can upgrade these to sheet if you want in the beginning. And then we'll have a low wall there for our peaks. And then our loot room / turret room here will be full half wall honeycomb over our TC. And then 3 floors there for our turret and our boxes. And here's our wall and our jump up for our our 3rd floor bunker. And then we have our loot room right here, just like this. Cat girl door stonks, and then a nice double door on the front, just like this. And then we'll have our entrance, of course. We'll have our entrance just like this for our roof, our exit, and there it does it again there. And go ahead and put a half wall on this side. This side will be sealed, so there's no peaks, but you do want this half wall right here to mimic this half wall over here. And then now we have our jump up and our entrance in our stage 3. And once we're at stage 3, we're also just going to put some windows here for a realistic stage 3. So we're just going to create our bedrooms. You can create an entrance and a garage door spam on one side, like this. And this is where we can put a bed and a locker in and a garage door. And then we're just going to do wall frames up on each of these. Do the same thing, whichever side you want open. I'll take this side by the front door, and then triple frames, just like this. Then we're gonna do 1 square out on each of the door of the ramps. The roofs. We're gonna do 1 square out, and then we're gonna do triple frames on those as well, double up, like this. On all 4 sides. Just like this. This is how you're going to prepare for your stage 4. Alright, then once you're ready for your stage 4, replace that. You're going to put a window on all of the triple triangles for those. You're going to square floor these. Windows on all of these. Square floor on each of the 4 squares, just like this. And I wall these off completely. The squares, you can put a window, but I like to wall them off. Just like this. Square over them, wall those off completely. Then you put a high ramp in each of them. High ramp, just like this. Make sure it's raised up, then a half wall in front of it. Just like this on all four. Then you're gonna put your window and wall frame like this, break that square. Window, wall frame, and you could do a window on this side if you want. And just don't put wall frames where you need to put these roofs for your next peak. And we're gonna do the same thing here. Window, break that square. Window, wall frame, break that square. Then we're gonna put the ramps there and then break the square. That'll be twig. You just go ahead and place that ramp normal height like this. Demolish that, have them float. Demolish that, have them float. Just like this right here on all four sides. Now you are going to put your roof pieces here like so on this triangle, single triangle. All right, and then we want to use roof pieces on our brutalist peak side right here with our window peaks. And keep in mind, we put a bunch of frames here. Keep in mind, you can, before you put the roof pieces, you could put these three triangles and then put that for a nice shelf, but we're just going to put the roof pieces on each side as well. Just like that. And then we are going to build up our skirts to finish our stage 4. So just 2 frames, two stories up with the frames, with the double door frames and a half wall, and then a single triangle, and then 3 very standard skirts and 3 windows. Then once we get here, we just want to fill out the floor pattern like as shown here. As soon as this lag stops, fill out the floor pattern like shown here, and you want to put a roof covering your roof into here. Right, we need a bit more stability, so we are just gonna, looks like we forgot a couple frames here, so we need a bit more stability for this. Put our roof pieces here for our skirts. I need one more somewhere. Oh, it's in here. There we go. Just like that. Have your roof pieces, cover those roof pieces just like this. Then you are putting a window and a double door frame. Okay. The lag. You put a window and a double door frame on each of your shooting floor jump ups to your roof like this. With roof pieces as shown here. And then we're doing walls, and square roof for our turrets, for our ring roof pancake layer. And then these go with chain link. And you can put more roofs here once we work on our stability. And then we're doing our pancake layer like this. I like to do it hard side like this, in a window, so we could put our ramps in our boxes there. And you could put these if you want, but whatever. Just like this, and then we're just gonna make a normal 2x1, whatever 2x1 you want to do. I just do a normal 2x1 like this, just to have like a rooftop base to spawn in. You could do peaks and a crow's nest or whatever you want to do, but I like to do it like this. And maybe a locker back there, and everything's like half stone, half not. And then we need to work on our stability here. Looks like the issue of our stability, we're just missing this wall frame right here on each of these square roof ones. So we need this wall frame opposing our ramp right there. And now we have our stability to place our roofs like this for our conditionals, for our peaks, without this or this. Oh, messed this up. And I messed this up entirely over here. And yeah, just once you have those, I was trying to figure out what was wrong with the stability. So just missing that one single wall frame there. And once you have that, you have everything set up for your super nice, super easy, call it the radar, because it's the same back and forth. You could upgrade the foundies. Don't need to upgrade the windows. Once everything is upgraded, we do have a nice reasonable upkeep. The stone and frags will vary a bit, but we do just keep it around 80 HQM. And one of my favorite things to do in this base is to put your decoy bags on top of the basement bunker and name them something hilarious like base core or core bunker or best loot area, just so no one wants to snoop any further down into your basement board. Or just make some very convincing bags like base core. Again, super nice, super easy.